أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والطور
By the Mount,
وكتاب مسطور
and by a book inscribed.
Surah الطور. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. الطور. By the Mount of Tur, a kitab mastur, and by the book inscribed.
في رق منشور
In parchment spread open,
In manshur, in a parchment unrolled.
البيت المعمور
and by the frequented house,
Batil Ma'mur, and the house always filled by angels. It is on the seventh heaven, the replica of Baitullah, that is on the seventh heaven, Baitul Ma'mur. Always, angels are circumambulating around it, just as, this tawaf goes on in the Baitullah al-Haram.
السقف المرفوع
and by the heaven raised high,
Saqfil Barfu', by the roof which is elevated, that is the heaven.
والبحر المسجور
and by the sea filled with fire,
Bahr al-Masjur, and by the sea which is swarming.
إن عذاب ربك لواقع
Indeed, the punishment of your Lord will occur.
Inna azab rabbika lawaqi'. Now all these oaths are on this. Verily, surely, certainly, the punishment from your Lord is to come. It will come.
ما له من دافع
Of it there is no preventer.
Ma min dafi. There is none to avert it.
يوم تمور السماء مورا
On the day the heaven will sway with circular motion,
Tamuru sama'u mawra. Now a description of that, zalzalatu sa'ah. On the day when the heaven will shake with an awful shake.
وتسير الجبال سيرا
and the mountains will pass on, departing,
Tasirul jibalu sayra. And the mountains will move away with an awful movement.
فويل يومئذ للمكذبين
then woe that day to the deniers.
Wailun yawma idhil lil mukazzibin. So woe on that day to the disbelievers.
الذين هم في خوض يلعبون
who are in empty discourse amusing themselves,
Alladhina hum fi khawdi yal'abun. Who in their vain talk are playing, not paying heed to what the messenger is saying, not considering it.
يوم يدعون إلى نار جهنم دعا
the day they are thrust toward the fire of hell with a violent thrust, its angels will say,
Yawma yud'auna ila nari jahannama da'a. But on the day when they will be pushed to the hellfire with a dreadful pushing.
هذه النار التي كنتم بها تكذبون
this is the fire which you used to deny.
هذه النار التي كنتم بها تكذبون. This is that fire which you had been belying.
أفسحر هذا أم أنتم لا تبصرون
Then is this magic, or do you not see?
أفسحر هذا? Is this a sorcery? Is this a magic? أم أنتم لا تبصرون? Or are you not seeing it with your eyes?
اصلوها فاصبروا أو لا تصبروا سواء عليكم إنما تجزون ما كنتم تعملون
Enter to burn therein, then be patient or impatient, it is all the same for you. You are only being recompensed for what you used to do.
Islawha. Now enter it. Fasbiru or la tasbiru. Then bear it patiently or don't bear it. Go on crying. Sawa'un alaykum. This will be equal to you. Innama tujzawna ma kuntum ta'malun. Surely you are being rewarded and recompensed for what you used to do.
إن المتقين في جنات ونعيم.
Indeed, the righteous will be in gardens and pleasure.
المتقين في جنات ونعيم. On the other hand, the God-fearing people will be in the gardens and bliss.
فاكهين بما آتاهم ربهم ووقاهم ربهم عذاب الجحيم.
Enjoying what their Lord has given them, and their Lord protected them from the punishment of hell fire.
فاكهين بما آتاهم ربهم. Rejoicing in what their Lord will be giving to them. ووقاهم ربهم عذاب الجحيم. And their Lord will save them from the chastisement of the hellfire.
كلوا واشربوا هنيئا بما كنتم تعملون.
They will be told, eat and drink in satisfaction for what you used to do.
واشربوا هنيئا. Eat and drink pleasantly. بما كنتم تعملون. For what you had been doing.
متكئين على سرر مصفوفة وزوجناهم بحور عين.
They will be reclining on thrones lined up, and we will marry them to fair women with large, beautiful eyes. متكئين على سرر مصفوفة. Reclining on the couches which will be placed in rows. وزوجناهم بحور عين. And we shall espouse them with wide-eyed houris.
والذين آمنوا واتبعتهم ذريتهم بإيمان ألحقنا بهم ذريتهم وما ألتناهم من عملهم من شيء كل امرئ بما كسب رهين.
And those who believed and whose descendants followed them in faith, we will join with them their descendants, and we will not deprive them of anything of their deeds. Every person, for what he earned, is retained.
And those who believe, and their children, their offspring, also follow them in faith. أَلْحَقْنَا بِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ. We shall join with them their offsprings. وَمَا أَلَتْنَاهُمْ مِنْ عَمَلِهِمْ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. And we shall not diminish anything of their deeds. That is, if the father, he has the right to go to a higher Jannah. The sons and daughters, they are mu'min. This is the condition. But they are not up to that level. So they can't go to that level. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the sake of those who deserve the higher level, He will raise the level of the sons and daughters, progeny, and He will take them to the father or the parent's mother, without diminishing the level of the original. They will not come down to be with their offsprings, but the offsprings will be taken up. Every man is pledged against what he earned.
وأمددناهم بفاكهة ولحم مما يشتهون.
And we will provide them with fruit and meat from whatever they desire.
وَأَمْدَدْنَاهُمْ بِفَاكِهَةٍ وَلَحْمٍ مِّمَّا يَشْتَهُونَ. And we shall aid them with fruits and meat, whatever they desire.
يتنازعون فيها كأسا لا لغو فيها ولا تأثيم.
They will exchange with one another a cup of wine, wherein results no ill speech or commission of sin.
يتنازعون فيها كأسا. And they will be snatching from one each other in playing the cup from each other. La laghwun fiha wa la ta'sim. In the wine of that cup, there will be no vain talk, no sin.
ويطوف عليهم غلمان لهم كأنهم لؤلؤ مكنون.
There will circulate among them servant boys especially for them, as if they were pearls well protected.
وَيَطُوفُ عَلَيْهِمْ غِلْمَانٌ لَهُمْ. And their own boys, youth, will be going round them. And these boys will be كَأَنَّهُمْ لُؤْلُؤٌ مَكْنُونٌ, as if they are hidden pearls.
وأقبل بعضهم على بعض يتساءلون.
And they will approach one another, inquiring of each other.
And now some of them will turn to the other and question.
قالوا إنا كنا قبل في أهلنا مشفقين.
They will say, Indeed, we were previously among our people fearful of displeasing Allah.
قالوا إنا كنا قبل في أهلنا مشفقين. Now they are in Jannah, but they are saying to each other, surely we were, before coming here, in that world, in our families, we were ever fearful of the hereafter. We didn't know what will happen to us. We were not sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive our sins. Last night we read, وَإِنْ أَدْرِي مَا يُفْعَلُ بِي وَلَا بِكُمْ. I don't know what will be done to me or to you. So the true believer is always fearing here. He never has the confidence that I have done very good deeds, so I deserve nothing. Nothing of that sort. The Prophet once said, nobody will be able to enter Jannah on the basis of his deeds only, unless the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pulls him up. And somebody asked, even you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is this rule applicable to you also? He said, yes, to me also. إِلَّا أَن تَغَمَّدَنِي رَبِّي بِرَحْمَتِهِ. Except that Allah covers me with His mercy. Even I won't be able. So, there is nothing, that we should be sure.
مَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا وَوَقَانَا عَذَابَ السَّمُومِ.
So Allah conferred favor upon us and protected us from the punishment of the scorching fire.
مَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا. So, Allah has favored us. وَوَقَانَا عَذَابَ السَّمُومِ. And He has saved us from the chastisement of the burning wind.
إِنَّا كُنَّا مِن قَبْلُ نَدْعُوهُ إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْبَرُّ الرَّحِيمُ.
Indeed, we used to supplicate Him before. Indeed, it is He who is the beneficent, the merciful.
إِنَّا كُنَّا مِن قَبْلُ نَدْعُوهُ. But in that life also, yes, we used to call upon Him. إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْبَرُّ الرَّحِيمُ. Verily, He is the most kind and the most merciful.
فذكر فما أنت بنعمة ربك بكاهن ولا مجنون.
So remind, O Muhammad, for you are not, by the favor of your Lord, a soothsayer or a madman.
فذكر فما أنت بنعمة ربك بكاهن أو ولا مجنون. So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you go on reminding them, admonishing them, because you are not from the blessings of your Lord, neither a soothsayer nor a madman.
أم يقولون شاعر نتربص به ريب المنون.
Or do they say of you, a poet for whom we await a misfortune of time?
يقولون شاعر نتربص به ريب المنون. Are they saying that he is a poet and we await some calamity of time to befall on him?
قل تربصوا فإني معكم من المتربصين.
Say, wait, for indeed I am with you among the waiters.
قل تربصوا فإني معكم من المتربصين. Say to them, await, I shall also be waiting with you.
أم تأمرهم أحلامهم بهذا أم هم قوم طاغون.
Or do their minds command them to say this, or are they a transgressing people?
أمرهم أحلامهم بهذا. Do their intellects tell them this thing? That this person is mad or poet? أم هم قوم طاغون. Or they are rebellious. Their own intellects are not testifying to this, but out of their rebellious, attitude, they are saying this.
أم يقولون تقوله بل لا يؤمنون.
Or do they say, he has made it up? Rather, they do not believe.
يقولون تقوله بل لا يؤمنون. Do they say he has invented it? Nay, they do not believe.
فليأتوا بحديث مثله إن كانوا صادقين.
Then let them produce a statement like it, if they should be truthful.
فليأتوا بحديث مثله. If they say that he has forged it, he has composed it, he has written it, فليأتوا بحديث مثله إن كانوا صادقين. If they are truthful, that they should bring forth a discourse or a recital like this.
أم خلقوا من غير شيء أم هم الخالقون.
Or were they created by nothing, or were they the creators of themselves?
أم خلقوا من غير شيء أم هم الخالقون. Very important ayah. Were they created by none, or are they the creators? Did you create yourself? No. Could you be created without any creator? No. There can be no answer except no. أم خلقوا من غير شيء أم هم الخالقون.
خلقوا السماوات والأرض بل لا يوقنون.
Or did they create the heavens and the earth? Rather, they are not certain.
أم خلقوا السماوات والأرض. Have they created the heavens and the earth? بل لا يوقنون. But they don't believe, and they are convinced, not convinced of anything.
أم عندهم خزائن ربك أم هم المسيطرون.
Or have they the depositories containing the provision of your Lord? Or are they the controllers of them?
عندهم خزائن ربك. Do they possess the treasures of your Lord? أم هم المسيطرون. Or are they the dispensers, the distributors?
أم لهم سلم يستمعون فيه فليأت مستمعهم بسلطان مبين.
Or have they a stairway into the heaven upon which they listen? Then let their listener produce a clear authority.
لهم سلم يستمعون فيه. Have they got any stairway, any ladder in which they listen to the world of the unseen? فَلْيَأْتِ مُسْتَمِعُهُمْ بِسُلْطَانٍ مُبِينٍ. So let any one of them who listens, he should bring a clear authority thereof.
أم له البنات ولكم البنون.
Or has he daughters while you have sons?
أَمْ بَنَاتُ وَلَكُمُ الْبُنُونَ. Are for him daughters and for you sons.
أم تسألهم أجرا فهم من مغرم مثقلون.
Or do you, O Muhammad, ask of them a payment, so they are by debt burdened down?
تسألهم أجرا. Do you ask Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam from them any wage, any reward? فهم من مغرم مثقلون. And they have been overburdened by the debt, by your demand.
أم عندهم الغيب فهم يكتبون.
Or have they knowledge of the unseen, so they write it down?
عندهم الغيب فهم يكتبون. Do they have the knowledge of the unseen and they are writing it?
أم يريدون كيدا فالذين كفروا هم المكيدون.
Or do they intend a plan? But those who disbelieve, they are the object of a plan.
يريدون كيدا. Are they trying to plot and conspire against Muhammad? فَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا هُمُ الْمَكِيدُونَ. But they are themselves caught in a plot.
أم لهم إله غير الله سبحان الله عما يشركون.
Or have they a deity other than Allah? Exalted is Allah above whatever they associate with Him.
لهم إله غير الله. Do they have any God except Allah? Subhanallah amma yushrikun. Allah is glorified from what they are associating with.
إن يروا كسفا من السماء ساقطا يقولوا سحاب مركوم.
And if they were to see a fragment from the sky falling, they would say, it is merely clouds heaped up.
وَإِن يَرَوْا كِسْفًا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ سَاقِطًا. And if they see that a fragment of the heaven is falling down, قَدْ يَقُولُوا سَحَابٌ مَرْكُومٌ. They will say it's only clouds amassed. Just as, the Qawm Aad, when that chastisement of Allah came, they thought that this is cloud, it will rain. They were enjoying.
فذرهم حتى يلاقوا يومهم الذي فيه يصعقون.
So leave them until they meet their day in which they will be struck insensible.
فذرهم حتى يلاقوا يومهم الذي فيه يصعقون. So leave them, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Leave them alone till they meet their day in which they shall be thunderstruck.
يوم لا يغني عنهم كيدهم شيئا ولا هم ينصرون.
The day their plan will not avail them at all, nor will they be helped.
يوم لا يغني عنهم كيدهم شيئا. On that day when their plotting will avail them of nothing. ولا هم ينصرون. Nor they will be helped.
وَإِنَّ لِلَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا عَذَابًا دُونَ ذَلِكَ وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَهُمْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ.
And indeed, for those who have wronged is a punishment before that, but most of them do not know.
وَإِنَّ لِلَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا عَذَابًا دُونَ ذَلِكَ. And surely for those who are doing these evils, committing these evil deeds, there is a chastisement before that also. That chastisement, final chastisement, Azab al-Akbar, before that, small chastisements can come. Then this can be the chastisement of the hereafter, before that, the chastisements in this world, and number two, in the graves. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَهُمْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. But most of them know not.
واصبر لحكم ربك فإنك بأعيننا وسبح بحمد ربك حين تقوم.
And be patient, O Muhammad, for the decision of your Lord, for indeed you are in our eyes, and exalt Allah with praise of your Lord when you arise.
وَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ. So be patient and wait for the command of your Lord. When after sabr there is this lam, wasbir le, it means wait. Don't take any hasty step. You have to wait the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hazrat Yunus alayhi salatu wasalam only committed this mistake. He didn't wait for the command of Allah to come, to permit him to leave his nation and go away. He went away by his own, on his own. So he was punished. وَاسْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ. So you have to wait for the command of your Lord. فَإِنَّكَ بِأَعْيُنِنَا. Because you are in our sight. We are seeing you. Whatever is happening to you, we know it, we are seeing. وَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ حِينَ تَقُومُ. And you glorify your Lord with His praise when you arise in the night from the sleep, or you arise in the day to pray.
وَمِنَ اللَّيْلِ فَسَبِّحْهُ وَإِدْبَارَ النُّجُومِ.
And in a part of the night exalt Him, and after the setting of the stars.
وَمِنَ اللَّيْلِ فَسَبِّحْهُ. And in the hours of the night, glorify Him. وَإِدْبَارَ النُّجُومِ And at the setting of the stars, when the stars set, now the night is going, the dawn is come. So that is also a time when you should have tasbih and tahmeed. Now the setting of the stars, with the mention of the setting of the stars, this surah, الطور, ended.